Hello, everyone. Welcome to another session where we master the reading section together. Today, we are looking at a real-world scenario with the read and notice question type. These questions test your ability to quickly find specific details and requirements in everyday documents, like posters or announcements. It's a vital skill for both the exam and living in an English-speaking city. So let's dive in and see how we can spot the right answers with confidence. If you want to keep improving your score, make sure to follow our channel at my TOEFL for more helpful lessons. Let's continue our learning journey together. City Heritage Office. This title tells us exactly which organization is responsible for the message. In the context of a city, the word city suggests a local government or municipal authority. The word heritage refers to historical sites and traditions, and office indicates the specific department managing these affairs. This is crucial because it helps us identify the who behind the notice immediately. Call for volunteers. The subtitle explains the purpose of the announcement. A call in this sense is an invitation or a request for people to take action. The word volunteers is the most important here, as it indicates the office is looking for people who are willing to work for free to help with a specific project. The Department of Archaeology is seeking volunteers for an excavation at the recently discovered Roman villa site near Northfield. This sentence provides the details of the job. The Department of Archaeology is the group within the office looking for help. They are doing an excavation, which means they are digging to find historical remains. The location is a Roman villa, which tells us the historical period we are dealing with. No prior experience is necessary, as training will be provided on site. This is a key condition for the reader. The phrase, no prior experience, means you don't need to have done this kind of work before. To make this possible, training will be given at the location or on site. This makes the opportunity open to almost anyone. However, all volunteers must be able to commit to the full weekend of August 10th through 11th. The word, however, signals a very important restriction. While you don't need experience, you must be available for the full weekend. This specific time commitment of August 10 through 11 is a mandatory requirement for participation. To sign up, please visit the Heritage page on the official City Council website. This final sentence gives the instructions for registration. It mentions the official City Council website, which reinforces the fact that this is a government-run activity. If you want to join, this is where you need to go. Now that we understand the notice perfectly, let's look at the first question to identify the organizer. Who is organizing this activity? This question is asking us to identify the entity in charge of the volunteer project. We need to look for who is organizing the event. Looking back at the notice, the title says City Heritage Office, and the final sentence refers to the official City Council website. A practical tip for these questions is to always check the header and the contact information, as they usually reveal the organizer's identity. Let's take a closer look at option A, a private construction company. Option A suggests a private company is in charge. However, the text mentions the official City Council website and the city office, which are public government entities, not private ones. Therefore, this is incorrect. Now let's take a closer look at option B, a municipal heritage department. Option B uses the word municipal, which is a synonym for city. It also mentions a heritage department, which matches the heritage office perfectly. Since the notice is from the City Council, this is correct. Next, we'll examine option C, a national museum. Option C mentions a national museum. While the work involves history, the notice clearly states it is a city effort, which means it is local, not national. So, this option is incorrect. Here's option D. Let's break it down. A university history program. Option D suggests a university is the organizer. Although archaeology is an academic subject, there is no mention of a school or university in the text. The notice belongs to the City Council, so this is incorrect. The correct answer is B because the key expressions in the text directly match this option, while the other choices either provide incomplete information or clearly contradict the passage. Moving on to the second question, let's find out what the volunteers specifically need to do or have. What is a specific requirement for people who want to volunteer? This question focuses on finding a specific requirement or rule that volunteers must follow. We should scan for words like must or however to find conditions. In full weekend, we see a clear time-related rule. Remember, when you see a condition mentioned right after a word like however, it is almost always the answer to a requirement question. Let's evaluate option A together. They must have studied archaeology. Option A claims they need to have studied archaeology, but the notice explicitly states that no prior experience is needed. This directly contradicts the text, making it incorrect. Let's move on to option B. They must pay a registration fee. Option B mentions a registration fee. If we look at the notice, there is no mention of money or costs at all. We cannot assume there is a fee if it isn't in the text, so this is incorrect. Now, let's take a closer look at option C. They must be available for 2 full days. Option C says they must be available for 2 full days. The notice says volunteers must commit to the full weekend of August 10 through 11. Since a weekend consists of 2 days, Saturday and Sunday, this matches the text perfectly. This is correct. Next, we'll examine option D. They must have their own tools. Option D suggests volunteers need their own tools. While you might need tools for an excavation, the notice doesn't say you have to bring them. It only mentions that training is provided. Therefore, this is incorrect. The correct choice should be marked as C because the context of the passage supports only this option. The other choices involve surface-level reading or misinterpretation.